After dark.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Tune to the Fabio, tune to the Fabio, tune to the Fabio, tune to the Fabio. Radio 1. Yo, listen to the infamous Fabio live on Radio 1. Beats rearranging, beats rearranging. Face scoping. Fabio, hold it down for the UK. Radio 1 star. Yeah.
It's time to get yours and mine.
Roll the beats for them, Fabio.
If you want to rewind, select up.
Yeah. Want to give love and thanks to the mighty Chris Goldfinger, doing his thing. Reggae dancehall style. Remember, check that. Blowing up each and every week.
You wanna conquer the world, well, darling.
Drum and bass, baby. Kicking off the show tonight. Jenna G, Future Cut. Cujo remix of No Way Out. Bad tune. Representing on this tune. We have got some hot stuff, hot new tunes. A lot of exclusives. Too many tunes. And we're all recovering from Wednesday night. Crazy game of football. Isn't that probably the best game of football you've ever seen? And we'll be talking about that a little bit later. We're going to be cracking on with the music. It's Fabio, it's Radio 1, this is how we do, this is how we flex. A little thing entitled The Void. Getting ready for the summer. So I think this summer's going to be a killer. This is how we do. Man they call Strider. little thing entitled The Void. Big shout going out to Jim. Big love to Jim. Also to Neil Mack. Big shout to the Pesce. Right, on tonight's show, we've got a good one. We've got the mighty J Majik stepping in. He's stopping by to do a mix and an interview. The mighty Jamie. He's been around a long time, J Majik. He's been ever prominent for about the last 10 years, so he'll be coming in for a chat, a natter and a mix. Vinyl Killers, last week in the top spot, it was Uprising VIP. Great to see the Liquid representing in the charts, representing big as well. 5 signed copies of J Majik's new release will be up for grabs. I'll tell you how you can win those later on in the show. A little history lesson right at the tail end of the show. I got a classic, a cult classic to draw out. You can also go online, www.bbc.co/Radio1. If you want to listen to the show again, for track listings of tonight's show, audio clips and details of the Vinyl Killers, plus full details of our 6 of the best gig guide and win guest lists, etc, etc, etc. ready for the summer, baby. Big shout to all drum and bass Liverpool fans, Caliber, Mampy Swift. Also Donovan Bad Boy Smith. But let's tell you first about what I did last weekend. I had a mad weekend. Big shout to Ben, the Insiders. I done a little thing over in Bristol on a Thursday night, little swerve kind of vibes. That cracked off nicely. Friday night, big shout to Donovan Bad Boy Smith. Everyone who represents in Cheltenham. I had a crazy little thing popping off last week over there. Big shout going out to Donovan and your young lady and all your crew, because you was making up some noise and giving me some love, for real. And also big shout going out to Lecky and Mel from Submerge. I've got to make a massive apology because I ended up turning up about an hour late. And that was due to unforeseen circumstances. And of course the cup final was in Cardiff last week. It was mental there. Couldn't park, ended up getting in there so late, and respect to the crowd because they had it and didn't show me any animosity. Thought I was going to get bottled on the stage, and they went for it. I played for 35 minutes and they went for it. So I'm going to come back down and do you guys a favour later on in the year. I'm very sorry for turning up late. It's one of them ones, one of those nights, and got to apologise about that. But big shout going out to Lecky and Mel, everyone involved with Submerge. And then Saturday I was over in Edinburgh for the mighty DJ Kid, and I love Edinburgh. I'll tell you what, the Scots know how to party. I started off my set on one deck. A long story, I'm not even going to go into that right now. For about half an hour I was functioning on one deck, and I tell you what, they had it same way. Absolutely cracking night. Big shout to all the crew, all the Edinburgh Massive. They did not want to go home. I'll be back there soon. This is for you. Little thing called DP. I wonder what that means. What does it mean? Oh yeah. Damn. Yeah, we'll crack on. Summertime, baby. It's Fabio, Radio 1. This is how we do. This is how we flex. Majik in the house in around 45 minutes. Track that was in the charts a few weeks ago. Ideal summer kind of vibes. Klute featuring Kiyomi. Good friend of mine. Saw her out in Tokyo. Been around from Speed Days. Gotta give her love. Also big love going out to Hinako. Big love going out to Taki, out to DJ Aki. Big love to DJ Aki. Great DJ from Tokyo. Needs to be in London doing his stuff. He's got skills, man. Also, big shout to the man himself, Yuki. All the crew. Everyone that represents at Room. One of the best clubs in the world. I make no doubt about that. Anyway, we're going to go right into the Vinyl Killers. We've got the Mighty J Majik coming in the studio in around 20 minutes. History man. He's going to be in. As for this week, we've got 4 going down, 3 going up, 1 new entry, 1 non-mover, 1 re-entry. Charts compiled this week by the following shops: Massive, Vinyl Rhythm, BM Soho, Eat the Beat, Intense Records. Check out the Radio 1 website to hear the Killers again, bbc.co.uk/Radio 1. Last week's number 1, Uprising VIP, on V Records. Let's see what's happening.
This is Radio 1.
Vinyl Killers, number 10.
10, Chasing Stylus, Love's Theme, on Bingo, re-entry. Number 9, the mighty Johnny L. Back to your roots. On the Mr. L label. Down to various artists, Weapons of Mass Creation 2 on Hospital, non-mover. In the background you can hear Inside Your Soul, the Friction and New Balance remix of Logistics. Number 7, Friction once again. He was, of course, the guest on Grooverider show last week. Nemesis and Monsoon on Valve, down 5. Number 6, Baron and Pendulum, Guns at Dawn, Breakbeat Chaos, down 2. Actually, later in the show, I'll be playing you brand new Pendulum and Fats Trust me. Different business. Not what you'd expect at all.
Number 5.
Number 5, Marcus Intalex. Afrikaa on Revolve, up 4. Number 4, Friction again. You must be making some paper, baby. Friction and New Balance, Soul Surfer on Valve, the highest new entry this week, in at 4. Down 2, AI and their incredible mix of Uprising, VIP and V recordings. Big shout going out to Glenn and Gambit. Expect to see this track in the charts for a few more weeks. Big. Artificial intelligence are going to be in the studio in a couple of weeks' time. So there you go. That's what you call linking. Number 2, Baron. Squelch. The Sub Focus remix on Baron Incorporated, up 8.
This week's number 1.
Number 1, a tune you heard first on this show.
Number 1.
Let's get that straight. Great to see this at number 1. Lovely summer tune. Little summer anthem. The mighty Logistics. I've got another sick tune from Logistics. I've got a lot of tunes. Don't go anywhere. I've got a new Logistics thing that is so sick. But anyway, he's at number 1 with his remix of Mood to Swing, of course, who are a deep house outfit from New York. Been going for years, Mood to Swing, make some lovely house tracks. And this is his remix of their track, I Got Love, at number 1 on Zinc's Bingo label. That's a real mouthful to remember. I'm gonna let this roll for a minute. Up 4 to 1. If you want to check out the Radio 1 website to hear the killers again, bbc.co.uk/Radio 1. Many thanks to Massive, to Vinyl Rhythm, BM Sorrow, Eat the Beat and Intense. The next instalment of the charts, of course, next week, the mighty Grooverider, J Majik coming up in around 20 minutes. This week's number one. Mood to Swing, Logistics remix of I Got Love. Of course, tomorrow, if we have a nice day, well, even if we haven't got a nice day, Homelands is kicking off tomorrow. I think it starts at 1 in the afternoon, straight through till 6 in the morning. Big things going on there. You've got the Streets, you've got Beck, you've got Roots Maneuver, you've got all the big house DJs, you've got her, you've got the Movement Tent, myself, Dillinger, Lemon, Andy, Marky, live acts including Ronnie with Jocelyn Brown, etc, etc, etc. It's going to be big things cracking off over there. I'm on 4 till 5. I've been told I've got to take it down a bit at 4 in the morning. Bit late, but hey. Big shout out to Brian and all the Movement crew. Should be a crack. Also, a big shout out to Makoto, who came down to Swerve on Wednesday. Played a wonderful set. Wicked DJ. You get a lot of artists that are DJs, and they're not really DJs. They're artists that do DJing kind of like as a hobby thing. This guy can DJ. Rolled out a wicked set. So big shout going out to Mighty Makoto, who was going to bring an MC, and then I kind of told him not to. And the reason why, and now I've got nothing against MCs. A lot of people think I don't have MCs down Swerve because I don't like MCs. Of course I like MCs. I'm in this business. They're a part of the business, and you know, they're an essential part of the business. But on a Wednesday night in a small club, it's just a bit much. So I don't have them. And plus I like everyone to just... And, you know, sometimes, I'll tell you what, sometimes as a DJ, you can hide behind an MC and you can kind of let the MC kind of get the crowd going. And I don't really want that. In there, I just want a DJ to come and play on his merits and not hide behind an MC, just do your thing, you know what I mean? And it's all good, and that works for everybody. So that's why I didn't have an MC there this week. And I didn't want to upset anyone, but I just had to crash that one, knock it on the head straight away. But yeah, we got J Majik coming up soon. We got him coming in 10 minutes. Mighty J Majik, of course, runs Infrared Records, has been going from day one. Has been making classics all the way along. Got a new tune, he's got a new CD mix out, and he's going to be coming talking about that. Might do your emails after this. Got some important emails I've got to read out, because I'd mentioned something about going to McDonald's in a town called Essen in Germany, and I got we got weird looks in there, to say the least, and we've got a couple of people that kind of emailed from Essen saying that, for one, Essen's not a small town, it is a big town in Germany, so I apologise, and secondly, that not everyone in Essen's like that, which I wasn't saying, because you can get that anywhere, but I was just describing something that happened to me. So anyway, we'll be reading out those emails very soon. We've got a lot to do before the end of the show. We've got a competition to coincide with J Majik being here. Check this out. This is different. Moonwalking. Sick.
We have to bring it back, 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 bring it back.
Sending that one out to the Grooverider. Myself and Grooverider representing at Herbal on Sunday. Grace, be there or be square. Good luck to the Hammers next week, the playoffs. And once again, big up to Liverpool. 3-0. 3-0. I actually felt so sorry for Liverpool. 51 minutes into the game, yeah? This is no word of a lie. And I came up 9 minutes later. And I looked at the screen and I had to do a triple take. I had to look at the screen 3 times. I could not believe if a team was left for dead, it was Liverpool. How they came back was and Dudek. Come on now. Give that guy some love. Trust me. And give AC Milan some love as well. They played some wicked football. And that midfielder that they with an unfortunate name, Kaka. Not a lovely name, but wonderful footballer. So big shout going out to Future Band as well. Don't know if you went over there. Avid Liverpool supporter. Big up you lot, because everyone was writing you off like they write off Tottenham. It's not all about Chelsea and Man United and Arsenal, actually. Yeah? Anyway, enough of that. The mighty Clipz from the forthcoming album. Clipz will be on the show in about a month's time. We're going to be doing a little review of the album. And also Majik will be in the house any minute now. We're just waiting for him to arrive. Stuck in nighttime traffic, I believe. Right. Emails. Because I told you about Essen. I went to this place in Germany, which I thought was a small town, but apparently it's the same size as Glasgow. But anyway, let me read the letter. Yeah, we attended the party in Essen last month. Pretty nice night. Pretty nice? Okay. Give him some love, baby. Give him some love. We're kind of sorry that you got a twisted impression of the Essen folk because of that McDonald's experience. Actually, Essen is not so small a town. According to population figures, it's roughly as big as Glasgow in Scotland. Maybe you just got the impression because the venue was located in a suburb, not the city. In general, the people here are rather open-minded and hospitable. The place to be in Essen, actually, is the borough of Ruttenscheid. There's crazy people galore, so no one will bother you or stare at you there or whatever. Big up all the Essen crew, the Bumper Club posse, Shelltag Massive, the Bass Assassins crew, also the UBMC crew, Codex Recordings, yeah, my boys, Beat Plantation, Soul Science, All Terrains crew, enough respect to all the punters and party people. Also, big shouts to MC Rage and Grooverider. Don't worry, I get that everywhere I go in the world in McDonald's. Even here, I get weird looks. I don't know, it must be me. In your last show, you mentioned something about people treated you badly at McDonald's. We just like to tell you that there are some people living in Essen, and the great majority of them are really friendly and upfront for sure. And we do like to go out as well. Essen is not a small town. See, everyone's getting anal about Essen. I weren't hating on Essen. I was just kind of like saying about an experience, you know. Come on, you know, we all love our town, you know. I just got funny looks from a couple of cats that was in there. Come on now. Anyway, Anna, Jenny, Cassie, Marique and Sarah want to give me some love. Also, a wicked set at Stealth with DJ Formats. Big shout going out to the Metalhead, Little Tommy, Little Timmy, Buddy and Big D in the South Knots and the South Knots Massive. Loving your tunes. Play some DJ Hype. Wicked set at Stealth. And that's coming from Big D. Andy wants to... he's asking about a track called Fallen Angel, which is by AI. It never came out, that track. Had that track on dub for a little while. It was meant to come out, didn't come out. I don't know release dates. I will find out for you, Andy, and on the next show I'll tell you about release dates and so forth. And last email for now. You announced at the start of last week's show that you was going to play a Johnny L track. Did I miss it? Please let us hear it. I've played it already, but you're going to have to figure out what track it was, okay? That's the kind of mood I'm in today. And last but not least, this one's coming from Art Blakey III. who I met in New York, and this guy is deep, yeah. This guy is so deep. He has done a mix dedicated to a beautiful woman, but he's done it in 3 sections. So he's got the first section, he's talking about his love for her, like Love Sick, I Got Love and Strange Encounter. The second piece he's talking about she's the golden girl, he wants a kiss chase, and he's going to be there for her, and he wants her body. And the third part is the love theme, it's true romance now, he doesn't want to be alone, and he's moving on. So I think by the end he split up with her. Well, that's deep. I love that kind of conceptual attitude to drum and bass. I love it. And this guy's deep. You know, Art Blakey, of course, was one of the greatest jazz musicians of all time. And Art is from New York. I met him in a snowed-out club down there in New York. Lovely guy. You keep going, Art. And I love this whole conceptual angle to the drum and bass thing. I will give you love on that. Send me a CD, dog. Anyway, J Majik's outside. Can see him grinning. Can see a lot of teeth going on there. And so we're going to play one more. We're going to get him in, get him wired up. J Majik in the house, baby.
Details on tonight's show, hit bbc.co.uk/Radio 1.
Pendulum, alongside Fats, world exclusive, little thing called Hold Your Corner. Big shout going out to Fats, also the Pendulum crew from the forthcoming album. Something completely different from the guys. The album's going to be big. album coming out in about 2 months' time. Big shout to the man. It's Fabio, it's Radio 1. This is how we flex, this is how we do Friday night, Saturday morning. And we welcome a guy that the first time he gave me a CD, well, it wasn't a CD, I think it was a D90 tape actually, because that's what used to be running back in the day. And all the kids don't know what tape cassettes are, but he gave me a tape, and I remember playing a track of it, and I thought his name was Jarv Malik. And I was like, and he came down to speed once, I was like, yo, well, Jarv Malik, that's a weird name. And he went, who the hell's that? And he went, it's J Majik.
Yes, Fabio. That's an Indian cricket player, isn't it? Malik.
That's what I'm saying. I thought, do you play cricket or something? You know what I mean? But how you doing anyway, man?
I'm good.
You looking nice and brown and summery today?
Well, it is summery today.
Yeah, for real, man. But so what have you been up to anyway?
Working a lot in the studio, doing a lot of DJing and stuff, you know. Just really, the last thing that I've been doing was just trying to get tunes off Wicker Man. Yeah, on the way up here.
How's the label going?
Really good. Yeah, I mean, it is hard out there at the moment. It's different from what it was, but the tunes-wise, more tunes than ever.
Why is it so hard?
I think it's hard from what it was maybe 5 years ago. You know, when you look at it, there's so many different distribution companies, so many, you know, bootlegging going on, and running a label is hard now compared to what it was. But
for sure,
you know, music-wise, there's more music than ever. So it's
maybe that's got something to do with it as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, so many people are doing it now, which is excellent, and you've got all over the world's got different scenes.
That's
big Eastern European scene now.
For sure,
and,
man.
You know, I think it's all good for the music. It gives us more to play at the end of the day. So,
are you always scoping for new artists? Is that, or have
not
you just
really,
got a general idea of what you want for the label? And
yeah, I mean, I don't want to put out loads and loads of music on the label. I just want to keep it quality. And I've got a few of the boys around me: Probe and Silo, Future Bound, TKO, and obviously Wicker Man. And
yeah, you've got a crew, man.
We've got a crew, and it's we've got enough material to kind of have one every couple of months. Is what we really want. We don't want to kind of, you know, go mad and just put one out every month or whatever.
For no reason as well, just for putting a tune.
Yeah, and we've got Black Widow now as well, which is kind of the sister label for Infrared.
Wicked.
Nothing different than Infrared really, but just another label to put more music out on.
Okay, let's go back now. Let's go back in time, and of course, because we always get people on the show that just started listening 6 months ago, and you've been around a long time, so it'd be interesting to tell everyone how you got into the game and you know, how it all started for you.
Well, I mean, I got into it when I was about 13 or 14, and I'm 28 now, so it was just, you know, when you're growing up, I think maybe the generation before it was football, you know, and when we got to 13, 14, people started getting decks, and that was the thing to get into, and it was the beginning, you know, you were playing at, you know, God knows where you were playing at that time, but it was, you know, people like yourselves and, you know, Carl Cox and, you know, a lot of the Detroit guys, Carl Craig and, you know, Richie Haunton, that sort of sound, that was what I was buying at the time, and really it was just an enthusiastic kid going out and buying records, trying to get DJing, then realising that it was production that really would get you anywhere if you're going to try and be a DJ for me, you know. And it was just right place at the right time.
First tune was
6 Million Ways to Die.
Oh,
which was what got me noticed by Goldie, and then from then it was just, you know, lucky.
What label did that come out on again?
That was on Planet Earth, which was Lemon D's label.
Yeah.
And you know, that was really what kind of started it all off, and then meeting up with Goldie and kind of him taking me under his wing with the Metalheadz thing, and it was being in a lot of right places, you know, which is half of it, I think.
That's a major part of it.
Yeah.
Being in the right place at the right time. Yeah. So how have you kept your enthusiasm going? Because you got to remember the amount of time you've been in it, a lot of people have come and gone.
Yeah, I mean...
And it's hard work because you can get pissed off with everything and think, this ain't cracking off for me, especially 5-6 years ago. What kept you going? Was it...
I think it's just, I mean, DJing, I think, is inspirational to making tunes. If you're going out every weekend and DJing, if you're just sitting in a studio making tunes and you just, you know, you hear them on the radio, whatever, but you're not actually seeing what they're doing on the dance floor, it's quite easy to kind of go, well, here's another one. But when you actually see them out there and you see what people going mad and really enjoying what you're playing, you know, and other people's tunes could inspire you. And I think it all works hand in hand, you know.
For sure.
Production works for DJing, and you know, to do the DJing, you need to be doing the production tonight. So it's all, you know,
it's all interlinked.
Yeah.
So now the studio, you how often do you kind of like bring a tune out in a year? Because you're not prolific. You don't just bring tunes out every kind of like month or something like that.
I've got no real...
You've never done that, though. I remember even back in the day, when you done tunes like Apache and stuff like that, Lush Life, you used to bring out tunes like once every 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit more prolific than it was, just because I'm spending more time in the studio now and trying to do a kind of a more of a 9 to 5 with it, and, you know, spend the day in there and then DJ at the weekends. But I've never really sort of said I want to do 6 12s a year. You know, one year I might have 4 12s out, one year I might have 8 or 9 out. So it's just really what's kind of happening
what's
in the
vibing
studio. Yeah,
really, isn't it?
It doesn't always work. You know, you go in the studio and you can't always go and be happy with what you've made.
Cool,
which
man.
is, you know, a big thing about being an artist is like the constant battle with yourself.
For real.
Thinking, is it something that just sounds like something else I've done, or, you know, and you end up becoming a bit too analytical of what you do, you know.
Right,
so,
I know what you mean.
yeah.
Sometimes you just got to do it, really.
Yeah.
But then, you know, that's why I just do DJing, because I've just got this real battle with myself with the studio thing. We're going to talk about that another time anyway. But, therapy. Like, we're not going to see a therapist. But, anyway, listen, we're going to go into the first track, and it's a collaboration once again with Kathy Brown.
With Kathy Brown and Wicker Man. It's now it's over.
Great
I think
voice,
we recorded
Kathy.
we recorded this about a year and a half ago.
For real?
Yeah, and then, as always, couldn't get the mix right, and then couldn't get the next mix right, and here it is. But this is one I wanted to get to you a long time ago.
Yeah.
You're like Osama bin Laden, man, down a cave. You're difficult. You are hard to get hold of, man.
That's the first, actually.
Well,
never been kind of like, you know, coupled up with Bin
well,
Laden.
no, I mean, in only a secretive kind of way. Nothing else, man.
Right, anyway, but this is the right mix, man. This is definitely the right mix. Kathy Brown, J Majik, now it's over. Radio 1, baby. Wicked stuff. J Majik in the studio, in the house. First off, we heard Kathy Brown alongside Jamie and the Wicker Man, and Now It's Over. And what's this in the background, Jamie?
This is a new thing we've done with Futurebound, myself, Wicker Man, and Futurebound, called Rio Rio.
Just finished, yeah?
Yeah. It's not even finished. I mean, the mix down's not right yet, but the idea's there.
Yeah, man. Little summer kind of thing cracking off, man. Wicked. Have you got because you make all sorts of tunes. Have you got specifics?
I've always tried to do a bit of everything, so I love every side of drum and bass, the hard stuff, whatever.
Yeah, everything, man. Yeah, of course. And of course, what I don't understand about people a lot of the time, they got studios and they're oohing and ahhing about what to make. It's like, you can do what you want.
Yeah, I think it's quite easy to get yourself caught in a pigeonhole and then start worrying about it.
Yeah.
But, you know,
you can't do that, man.
There's always going to be people that don't like some tunes you make,
of course.
but you're not doing the tunes for everyone, are you?
Does that affect you? Does that affect you?
No, it doesn't at all.
It doesn't?
No. I've never got involved in going on forums and I've got nothing against the people on the forum. It's all good.
Let's get it straight.
You know, but I've never gone on there and
because some people do get mortally affected.
Yeah, I mean, I know people who go on there and check, log on 10 times a day to check if they're...
If anyone's slagging them off.
You know, you're going to get people who don't like what you do.
The bottom line is, Jamie, not everyone's going to like what you do.
Exactly.
I mean, and everyone's entitled to their opinions. I say people are rubbish sometimes, so, it's the way it goes, man.
And there's some tunes that people hate and there's some people that, you can't, as I said, you can't please everyone.
Why people have got to go in a forum and slag people off is another matter, though. I don't really see the point of that. But anyway, we're going to move away from that. We're going to talk about Kathy Brown because wonderful vocalist. Yeah. You've done how many collaborations with her now?
I've done about 3 that have come out, but we've got about 6 or 7 that are still in the computer and haven't actually kind of come to fruition yet. But they will come out. But it's a lot of tunes I go into and I leave them for a year or 2. And come back to them. Sometimes you come back with the scene might be in a different state or whatever, and you could do things that you couldn't have done maybe.
How did you link up with Kathy?
That was through my management, Trenton Harrison, about 6 years ago, just before Love Is Not a Game. She was over here working on an album, and she was been working with the masters at work and stuff in America and all the kind of big American house names, but she wanted to just lay some ideas down. So she came over just to. I put a few house beats up, whatever, did a loop, and she started singing and kind of I was amazed because I'd obviously heard of Kathy Brown, but I wasn't that familiar with all of her tracks.
Stuff, of course.
And as I said, originally it was supposed to be a house tune, and then she left the vocal, and being a drum and bass head, I time stretched the vocal and started messing around with it, and then realised that you could actually make it work at a drum and bass speed. And it was at a time when I was quite low with the scene, and I remember when I gave you the tune, and it was like, Fab, I don't know what you're going to think of this, mate. But,
I remember that. You was very apprehensive at the time.
Yeah, because it was
different as well.
It was Ragged Jungle at the time, and
for sure.
Something like that was just like, coffee table, whatever it was.
But you know what it was about? It was properly structured.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what caught everyone. It had a hook, it had a really
nice verse
feel.
and a chorus, and I think, and it had the backing of someone like Defected as well, which was,
of course.
At the time,
it was necessary.
Valuable. Yeah.
It was necessary.
But I mean, saying that they didn't do a video or anything like that, which at the time I thought if they had done it might have gone.
It would have been massive.
Yeah.
It would have been massive.
But I think it was good for the scene at the time, and
it changed a lot of things
for me at the time. So
you know why? I tell you why. Because every now and again a tune comes along. Like Hide You was around the same time as well, and you just get. Before that, everyone was like, "Have you got a version without the vocal?" And it's like, "No, I haven't actually." And it was a vocal tune that everyone was playing.
Yeah.
And one of the first since Inner City Life or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
I think Inner City Life is unbelievable. It's one of the greatest drum and bass,
one of the greatest tunes ever made. Full stop. Let's get straight. You know what I'm saying? But
and a lot of the stuff that Ronnie did was definitely groundbreaking and opened. Breakbeat era stuff. All of it was.
Man. Opened a lot of doors, man.
So. I think there's space for vocals and drum and bass. It hasn't got to be cheesy or seen selling out.
It's got to be done properly. That's
if a tune works, it's got a vocal. It's cool.
So what else are you listening to at the moment? Anything else or do you find a lot of leisure time to listen to music, or not really so involved in
When I'm in the car, to be honest with you, I listen to I listen to the radio. I'm boring in the car. I listen to, you know, Sport 909 or
Yeah, I'm like that as well.
LBC 97.3.
Sport and all that. What? That's me, you know.
Yeah, Majik FM, Heart FM, all of those old
You know, we
tunes.
shouldn't really be bigging up those stations, but
Well,
at the
you know
end of the
what?
day,
When you're coming back, when you've been out DJing all night and
Your
you're coming
ears are
back,
kind of bleeding
I can't take
and-
it. I want something. It's just I'm not even bothered about it. It's just there in the
like, just wanna
background.
hear some talk.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
but I mean, I listen to all sorts of stuff. Saying that I'm pretty kind of open. Anything, rock,
Yeah,
hip hop, whatever
yeah.
it is. It hasn't got to be like I just listen to that. If I like a tune, I like it.
And what about your ears, man? Your ears are in a good way?
No, they're not.
You haven't got tinnitus, though?
I haven't got tinnitus, but I had something about 2 years ago, like a clicking in my right ear. Don't know what it is. Went for checks on it. Had a needle put through my eardrum to check the inside of my ear to see what was agony.
Wow.
Yeah, and all it's done is made it worse. Whenever I go in water, I can hear like a.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't think anyone in drum and bass has got come away
perfect
unscathed.
hearing.
I mean, there's a few people who've got tinnitus.
Yeah,
and that
I know.
is a nightmare.
It's actually more than a few.
Are you all right?
Do you know what? Recently, I've been working.
It's terrible. Are you all right?
Yeah, I know. What? But recently, I've been just getting my right ear. Sounds muffled. You know that feeling you get when you come out of plane?
Yeah.
It's been like that now for about a month now. I'm getting a little bit worried.
Well, this is like a
clicking.
yeah.
That ain't good, man.
I can listen to loud music and I don't get it, and then a certain frequency, like a snare, like a
yeah.
something that's got like a high pitched woman's voice. It's never good.
You know, that's the thing now. We all have to worry about. It's a serious thing about going deaf in this scene.
Yeah.
And do you use the earplugs thing?
I've gone through 2 sets of them, and I lose them. You're wearing a jumper. I took the jumper off somewhere, and it come out whilst I was wearing a jumper, and I could Brixton Mass, and the guy was like, "Do you want to have a look on the floor?" And I looked at the floor. I said, "I'd never put it back in again after going on that floor anyway." Yeah,
You would have probably got a super bug if you'd done that.
Yeah, so
man.
I've had them, but I end up sticking tissue or cotton wool in it. You know,
Doesn't work, does
I
it?
think those are good, but I don't think doesn't sound any different to tissue to me. I couldn't hear. When I've got them in, I'm fighting, trying to. Can I hear what's going on? I sound like I'm underwater, and I end up taking them out, have them on the side of the deck. Then I can't find it. And
it's just
by the end of it, I just
it's
put
not
a
me,
tissue.
It's not really me,
Yeah.
but I'm going to have to try and get used to it. Anyway, listen, going into a track, what's this?
This is another track I've done a while ago that I've been sitting on and still can't get it right. One with Terra Diva from Shakedown.
Okay,
You know, the
yeah.
At Night tune that was out a
Wicked
couple of years
voice,
ago.
man.
Yeah, this has been sitting around for a couple of years, but
What's it called?
Watch You.
Okay,
This is going to
Majik
be hopefully coming out in the next 3 or 4 months.
on Infrared.
Yeah, but we're doing an album. Wickerman and I are doing an album. This is one I've done by myself, but we're going to do an album together of all different, all
Kind of
different
vibes.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk about that in the next section.
All right.
J Majik in the house. J Majik and Terra Diva.
Fabio on Radio 1. The game ain't changed, the rules have just switched.
It's time. It's time. It's time. Feels good, yeah, mine. It's time. It's time. It's time. Feels good, yeah, mine. It's time. It's time. It's time. Feels good, yeah, mine. It's time. It's time. It's time. Feels good, yeah, mine. It's time. It's time. It's time. Feels good, yeah, mine. It's time. It's time. It's time.
DJ Majik in the place. Right, we've got to round things up, Jamie.
It's all good.
What you got coming up, man?
Running out.
Yeah. No doubt, man. What you got coming up anyway?
Well, this thing here, It's Time, is the next thing out on Black Widow.
Okay.
Which is the label.
And that's a subsidiary.
Yeah. Well, it's something I've set up with Wicker Man. Alongside Infrared, and this is the next release. We've had You Discuss Me on it and another track from Wicker Man. And
big tune, man. Big tune.
We've got a remix of that as well.
Excellent, man.
We've got an album coming up, myself and Wicker Man, an artist album, which is something I haven't done for, 8 years. It was the last artist album I did. So
damn, for real?
Yeah, I think it's time now. We've got a whole load of tunes, a whole load of things that are kind of started off the kind of things I'd want to put on an album.
Yeah, for real.
Working with Kathy Brown, also another singer called The Duchess, who was on the Channel 4 Chances programme. I don't know if you saw it, about 6 or 7 kind of up-and-coming hip-hop kids from South London go out to America, work with Funkmaster Flex.
Oh, right, yeah, I saw a bit of that. Okay.
And she's got a wicked voice, so we've done something with her, doing some bits with Top Cat as well.
Oh,
which has been really, really cool.
So you've got a lot of hookups
going on,
with
MCMC, we've got a really good vocal tune. He's got a great voice. More stuff with Hype and Daddy Earl for the album, and just going to keep.
God, you've got a lot of popping, man.
We've got more now than we've ever had. We've got so many tracks.
Excellent, man.
So yeah.
Well, you look well and you seem very happy as well, man.
Yeah,
you seem very happy.
Yeah, it's all good.
Because I've seen you back in the day. You're funny. You're so funny. I can always tell you're one of them people who can't hide their moods.
I'll tell you if I'm not happy.
Yeah, well, I can see it in your face. And you go, oh, fam, I'm not happy at the moment.
I'm a moaner. When I'm not happy, I'm victim LG.
Yeah, but you feel like you look like you're feeling good.
Yeah.
That's great, man.
Good.
So what about gigs? Any big gigs coming up this summer, or are you just rolling through?
Just kind of rolling through, and I think there's going to be a lot of stuff in Eastern Europe. As I said, there's some big things, some big festivals over there
for sure
that we're doing, and the stuff over here still London, still all over the UK, the clubs are.
Still
You know,
banging.
I don't care what people say about drum and bass. You look at any other music, you look at drum and bass, and you look at the clubs, and you know, you look at the festivals.
Yeah, man.
All that is drum and bass. That is.
It's kicking off, man, all the
it's-
time.
It's something
all the
that
time.
anyone can go and listen to. You know, you don't walk into and go listen to Gabba Techno. You don't
Yeah,
walk
yeah,
in
exactly,
and, you know,
you don't.
and think, oh yeah, I might give it drum and bass. You can
It's-
walk in there and you give it half an hour and
It'll catch you, man.
exactly.
It'll catch you. But anyway, listen, Jamie, thanks for coming in.
Thank you,
because
Fabio.
you've been around a long time, and I've got a hell of a lot of respect for you. And you've just
Well,
kept,
likewise, I
kept
mean-
going in the game, and always try and come up with something different.
Yeah.
And Space Invaders to Love is not a game, and you keep it up.
No, well,
You know,
I'm going
and-
to keep trying, man.
And it sounds like you've got a lot of good things going on. And when the album's ready,
Well, yeah, you'll be first to know. I mean, now I've got your AIM address. And it's ridiculous, isn't it?
I'm so sorry about that.
You've
But
been-
now,
No,
I'm
no, I mean-
it's changed my world.
Now you're on the AIM, it's going to be a lot easier.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot easier,
It's
man.
gonna be a lot
But
easier.
have a good summer.
Thank you, sir.
And hope to see you around soon. Good to
I
see
will
you at
do.
Swerve the other night.
Yeah,
And,
no, it's good to see you, man.
Yeah, man. Good to see Bookham as well.
Well,
wasn't
yeah,
it? It was like,
Jesus.
hey.
God, I thought he was someone else at first. I thought, Christ, I didn't like Bookham. And I thought, and then it was, yeah, it had to be Bookham, yeah.
All right, man. Safe journey back.
Thank
and,
you.
See you again soon.
See you
yeah?
soon, Fab.
Easy. And we got the J Majik competition. For tonight's competition, we're giving away 5 exclusive signed copies of J Majik's new single, Now It's Over, featuring the vocal talents of Kathy Brown, which we was just speaking about. All you got to do is answer this question. The J Majik single, Dubplate Killer, was released on Ganja in November 2004. It was a collaboration with The Wicker Man and which other artists? It's that easy. The J Majik single Dubplate Killer was released on Ganja in November 2004. It was a collabo with Wicker Man and which other artist? Send your answers to Fabio at bbc.co.uk. Mark the subject J Majik or put pen to paper. J Majik competition, Fabio Radio 1, London W1N 6AJ. You can win yourself a copy of the marvellous Now It's Over featuring Kathy Brown. It's as easy as that. Huh?
+5 Red Alert CD.
Oh, +5 Red Alert CDs. See, you know, he's ad-libbing at the moment, man. JB's vibing. He's vibing tonight, man. So you can win yourself some CDs, a little package. So get involved. Fabio at bbc.co.uk. Mark the subject J Majik or J Majik competition. Fabio Radio 1, London W1N 6AJ. Right, we are running out of time. Got about another 10 minutes. Got the history lesson to do. So that's probably coming up straight after this. It's Fabio Radio 1. This is how we do. Many thanks to the wonderful J Majik. Lovely guy, really, really nice guy. Just straight up and down, no hating or anything. Just does his thing. So many thanks for coming in, Jamie. Remember his single, Now It's Over, featuring Craffy Brand, is out in your shops now. Got to send a big shout going out to my daughter, little Cass. I hope you're good. Also, a big shout to Sarah. Remember Homelands tomorrow. Big things going on. Say no more. Little summer thing going on. Getting ready for the summer, baby. A lovely day today. Hope it's a nice day. Or a nice night on Saturday night. Remember Herbal this Sunday? Yeah, baby. Bank holiday special. Myself from Grooverider. History lesson after this, which will probably be my last tune. Time has flown tonight. Absolutely flown. Big shout out to my boy Mike. Big dog. My boy right there. Unfortunately, time has run out on us, and it's having a wonderful time, and it's all come to an end. Coming up next, the UKG Mix Show Live. Big shout to Chrissy Chris. Brand new drum and bass representative for Radio 1. Big shout to Chrissy, big shout to Kenny, big shout to Tracy. Big shout to my mums, I know you're listening, baby. We're gonna love and leave you with the history lesson for this week. Before I say that, Grooverider is in the studio with Mampy Swift. Coming up soon, also Artificial Intelligence, Clipz, and myself live from Serbia on the 9th of the 7th, and that is gonna be cracking. Many thanks to my producers, to Mighty Mike, who's always representing. You know that, baby. Also to Joe, staff, you know that. He's representing neat. I like the questions, bro. You're gonna go far. Anyway, The last tune we got for you is one of them tunes. It's a cult classic. It was around, never got formally released. It was made originally at a time when vocals weren't really the done thing in drum and bass. And it was made by my erstwhile partner, the mighty Grooverider. So I think it came as such a big shock to people that it was a vocal tune, that people didn't really get their heads around it. 7 years on, everyone is going crazy for this tune. Absolutely beautiful bit of music, proper things, a little thing entitled Charade. Send this one out to Marky, to Prachief, to Takio, also to Keaton. Beautiful tune to end the show with. History lesson from back in the day. This tune is 6 years old, you would not believe it. So anyway, Grooverider in the house next week. UKG Mix Show Live coming straight up after this. Have a good weekend. If you're down to Homelands, I'm on 4 till 5. Come check me out. Of course, in the Movement tent. Sunday Herbal, Wednesday Swerve. It's Fabio saying, bless.
Charade.